We're taught from childhood to look out for the monsters. We look for the shadows in the alleyway, the obvious bully, or the loud, aggressive enemy. But dark psychology teaches us a far more chilling truth. The most dangerous person in your life isn't the one standing across from you, it is the one standing right beside you. They are the mirror friend. They laugh at every joke, they're the first to like your photos, and they give the warmest hugs. But while you're looking into the mirror, seeing a reflection of loyalty, they are quietly sharpening a knife behind their back. This isn't just a bad friendship. This is a calculated psychological betrayal driven by one of the most destructive forces in the human psyche, malignant envy. At first, the signs are microscopic. You might even feel guilty for noticing them. It's the way their smile evaporates a fraction of a second too early when you share good news. It's the micro-delay. In their response when you achieve something great, a silence that screams louder than any insult. You feel it in your gut before your brain can name it. You feel like you're walking on eggshells in a room where you're supposed to be safe. Jealous friends are masters of microaggressions. They don't throw punches. They throw pollen, small, irritating particles of doubt that slowly infect your confidence. When you get that promotion you've worked years for, a real friend says, "I'm so proud of you." The saboteur says, "Wow, it must be so nice to have those kinds of connections. Some of us just have to work twice as hard, I guess." Notice the shift? In one sentence, they have stripped away your merit and made themselves the victim. When you enter a healthy, loving relationship, they don't celebrate your happiness. They weaponize concern. They joke, "Don't get boring and leave us behind." But the tone isn't playful, it's a warning. They're marking their territory, making you feel selfish for growing, and planting the seeds of guilt. They want you to believe that your success is a direct theft of their happiness. Why do they do this? Dark psychology explains this through the concept of the shadow. Every human has a shadow, the part of ourselves we don't want to admit exists. For the jealous friend, their shadow is filled with feelings of inadequacy, wasted potential, and the fear of being left behind. Instead of doing the hard work of self-improvement, they use you as a screen. They project their internal failure onto your external success. Every time you climb a step higher, it highlights exactly where they are standing still. Your light doesn't just illuminate the room, it exposes their darkness. And they will do anything to shut that light off. Studies on toxic friendship dynamics reveal a terrifying trend: competitive empathy. The jealous friend is actually happiest when you are suffering. They're the first to arrive when your heart is broken or you lose your job. Not because they want to help you up, but because seeing you at their level or below, it gives them a sense of psychological equilibrium. They love you most when you have nothing to brag about. As the jealousy matures, the tactics become more complex. They move from subtle comments to triangulation and smear campaigns. They will sit with other people and gossip about your ego or your recent changes, framing it as concern. "I'm really worried about them. They've changed so much since they got that money." Then they come back to you playing the role of the loyal protector. "I just wanted to let you know what people are saying behind your back. I defended you, of course, but you should be careful." This is a masterstroke of manipulation. They have successfully isolated you from others, made you trust only them, and started a fire all while holding the fire extinguisher. Then comes the sabotaged advice. Because they stay close to you, they know your weaknesses. They know which buttons to press. They will encourage you to text that toxic ex because life is short, or tell you to skip an important interview because you deserve a break. They aren't looking out for your well-being. They are steering you into a ditch. Every step backward you take is a win for their ego. Your mind might try to make excuses for them. They're just going through a hard time, or that's just their personality. But your body doesn't lie. Dark psychology highlights the physiological alarm system. Do you feel a strange tension in your shoulders when their name pops up on your screen? Do you feel an energy drain after spending time with them, as if you've been physically working all day? Do you find yourself editing your life before you speak to them, hiding your wins and exaggerating your struggles just to keep the peace? This is silent mind control. You are still technically free, but your choices are now filtered through their insecurity. You have started shrinking yourself to fit into the small box they've built for you. You are becoming a ghost of yourself to keep a friend who wouldn't hesitate to replace you if it meant they could feel superior. The betrayal eventually grows too large for the shadows. It peaks at your most vulnerable moment. Maybe they flirt with your partner to prove they still have it. Maybe they accidentally reveal a secret that ruins a professional opportunity. In that moment, the mask doesn't just slip, it shatters. And what you see underneath isn't a flawed friend. It is a predator of joy. You realize that while you were building a life, they were building a cage. The most painful part of this realization is that the jealous friend often does love you in a twisted, parasitic way. They love what you do for their status. They love the access you give them. They love the show of your friendship. But they hate the person you are becoming. They want the version of you that stays small, stays broken, and stays dependent. So how do you defeat a silent saboteur? You don't do it with a confrontation. You don't do it with an argument. You do it with indifference. A jealous person feeds on your reaction. If you get angry, you're crazy. If you're hurt, you're sensitive. Dark psychology suggests the gray rock method, or even better, the strategic exit. Protecting your mind starts with naming the behavior. Stop calling it drama and start calling it manipulation. Stop calling it venting and start calling it sabotage. Once you name it, you can distance yourself from it. You must accept a brutal truth. It is not your job to dim your light so someone else can feel safe. You are not a rehabilitation center for insecure people. Your success is a shared victory for those who truly love you, and a direct threat to those who don't. The journey to mastering your own mind begins with a census of the people you allow inside it. A real friend is a vault for your secrets and a shield for your reputation. If you are surrounded by people who smile in your face while quietly hoping for your downfall, you are not in a friendship, you are in a hostage situation. Walk away. Not with a bang, but with a quiet, firm resolve. Invest your energy in those who clap when you win. Build a life that doesn't require anyone's permission to shine. The jealous friend's power dies the very second you stop looking for their approval. If this story opened your eyes to the hidden dynamics in your own life, if you recognize the fading smiles, the backhanded compliments, and the secret sabotage, then it's time to take control. This is Dark Mind Mastery Psychology. We don't just tell stories, we decode the human behavior that keeps you stuck. If you want to learn how to spot manipulation, set boundaries that can't be broken, and protect your spirit from the silent saboteurs in your life, make sure you subscribe.